The average man today is sleepwalking through life, many never reaching their true potential, let alone ever crossing the finish line to living a purposeful life. Yet, the hunger still exists, albeit buried amidst his cluttered mind, misguided beliefs, and values that no longer serve him. It's time to align yourself for greatness. It's time to become a revolutionary man. Stay strong, my brother.
Last time, we established something that you can't hand back, that the gap isn't happening to you and that you're the one who's actually choosing it. So that's good, and let's hold on to that, because tonight we're not asking whether you're choosing, we're going to ask the question why. Why a capable man, someone who could fix almost anything he decided to fix, keeps making the same choice in the same direction for years. Well, there's a reason, and it's a real one. It's a mechanism underneath the thousands of small decisions, and it isn't the reason that you'd give, because the reason that you'd give is that you're busy or that you're driven, and that this is just what it's going to take. And that reason is true enough to be useful, while at the same time is false enough to be dangerous. Because underneath being busy is something that's happening that's much quieter. It's a pull, a preference that you'd never said out loud. You move toward one kind of difficulty and away from another. And you always have, you've just never had to look at which way the swerve's going. And the difference between the two tells you everything that you need to know. So let's find this mechanism. Let's start with where you spend yourself most freely. It's the place that you're good. So sit with that for a second. It's not the place that matters most, it's the place that you're the best. You pour your energy toward the domain where you built real skill, where you know exactly what you're doing, where effort reliably turns into results. And it feels like dedication. It feels like drive. It actually feels like the most responsible thing in the world. But watch the direction of that pull. You don't simply move toward what's hard, you move toward what's hard that you happen to be good at. What's that? Yeah, there's that voice that wants to object here, isn't there? You can probably hear it already. I do hard things constantly. I do the things that other people can't do. And you do. That's not what's in question here, not for a second. But there's a specific kind of hard you avoid completely. And you've gotten so smooth at avoiding it that you don't even feel the swerve anymore. It's not the hard that's merely difficult. Is that you eat difficult for breakfast. It's the hard that's difficult and offers you no advantage. Where your skill, your track record, your reputation for handling things, none of it transfers. Where you'd have to walk in with empty hands and risk being simply just not good enough. That work is hard, but you're armed there. Even when your struggle is protected, but everything you've always proven. The thing you root around is the arena where the armor falls off at the door. And you've dressed that route up as a devotion to the work that you love. And so when you say you're drawn into a challenge, is it the challenge that pulls you? Or is it that you already know going in that you can win it? And here's the part that stings. So let's let it do that. Somewhere in your life, there's an arena where everything you're good at counts for nothing. Being fully present with people closest to you. Letting yourself be known instead of just useful. Showing up emotionally, not just functionally. And it's in that arena where you are not the expert. You're truly a beginner. And you have not let yourself be a beginner at anything in a very long time. Because you've spent years becoming that person who just handles it. The one who people call when it has to go right. It's confidence in the water that you swim in. And being a beginner, the fumbling, the guessing, having no idea whether you're doing it correctly, getting it visibly wrong in front of someone, is a sensation you have quietly engineered almost entirely out of your life. So think about the last time that you were truly a novice at something with real stakes. I don't mean a hobby you could set down and the moment that it got uncomfortable. I mean something that counted where you have to reach back years to probably find it. Because you've built a life with very few of those moments left in it. And that's not an accident, because you arranged it that way, because the feeling of not knowing what you're doing is one you will go a very long way to avoid. So when you find yourself at the edge, one of those arena where you'd have to be a beginner, again, or there's no method to master, there's no process to refine, where you could bring everything you have and still get it wrong, you don't step in. You turn around, you go back to the place where you're already good. And you tell yourself you'll get to the other thing when there's room, when things ease up. But come on now, we both know that there was nothing about that room. Because the other thing that asks you to be bad at, something that matters to you, not privately, but where you could hide it, but out loud, in front of people whose opinion that you just can't wave away, and given the choice, you would rather be excellent in 100 places that are safe than risk being clumsy in the one place that actually counts. So what would you have to be willing to be bad at? I mean, visibly, in front of people who'd see you if you generally showed up where it mattered most. You know, there's a mechanical reason the safe arena keeps winning the day. It wins every day. It keeps the score. Your work tells you how you're doing. The number comes back. The results land. A signal arrives that says you're winning or you're falling behind. And either way, it's clean and it's fast and it feels like the truth. You are built to chase that signal. You are organized your whole capacity around it. Now look at the arena that you avoid. There's no scoreboard anywhere. Not in it, at least. Nothing to tell you where you had a good Father Day. No results confirms that you showed up for the person that you married. There's no clean number that arrives at the end of the week to announce that you're winning at being present. Feedback, it's slow, and sometimes it's mercury, and it's impossible to optimize. You could do everything right for a year and get no confirmation at all. You could get it wrong for a year and not find out until the damage is already set. And a man who has spent his life chasing a clean signal generally does not know how to play a game that refuses to keep score. So what does he do? He just doesn't play it. He drifts back to the board that lights up the moment that he can touch it. Now, it isn't that you don't care about that unscored game. It's that you don't know how to feel like you're winning, especially when you're in it. And feeling like you're winning is this thing that you're quietly addicted to. So you keep feeding this scoreboard that rewards you, and you starve the one that never will. And so if there's a part of your life that will never hand you the satisfaction of a clear win, are you willing to pour into it anyway? Or are you quietly writing it off precisely because it won't keep score? Now, the hardest inversion in this whole thing, think honestly about where you could be replaced. Your work, be truthful, could continue without you. Someone would step in, it would sting, there'd be a hole for a while, the thing would go on. And at some level in that arena, you are replaceable. Now think about the roles that no one on earth can fill in your place. There's exactly one person who is the father to your children. Exactly one who is the partner to the person that you chose. Those roles come with no replacement. And if you're not standing in them, they don't get reassigned to someone better. They just sit empty. So here's the inversion you've been living inside. You throw yourself completely at the place where you could be replaced, and you ration yourself in places where you can't. Isn't that backwards? And there's a reason that it's backwards. It's the same reason as everything else we've spoken about today. The replaceable role is safe, because someone could step in. Your failure there isn't final, and your wins there are clean, they're public, and they're applauded. The irreplaceable role is terrifying because no one can step in, and failing there is total. There's no one to hand it to, there's no system to catch it, and there's no way to share the weight. And if you get it wrong, you got it wrong, and it was always going to be yours to get right. And some part of you ran that math a long time ago, And the downside in the safe arena is a rough stretch. Maybe a lost account, a setback you already know how to come back from. The downside in the other arena doesn't come with a recovery plan. So the part of you that hedges risk, that part that served you so well everywhere else, quietly steers you towards the bet you couldn't lose too badly at. It felt like prudence. It was avoidance with a spreadsheet. So you station yourself in the role where the stakes are survivable, and you treat the role where the stakes are everything as the thing you'll attend to once the survivable one is finally handled. You've thrown your whole self at what could carry on without you and offered the bare minimum to what cannot continue at all. So why are you most invested exactly where you matter the least, and most absent exactly where you cannot be replaced? So bring the voice back now, the one with all the reasons, and let's be fair to it. It has good ones that I'm providing. I'm building something real. You're taking care of because of what I do over here, and grant every word of it because it's all true. Now follow it just one step further than you normally would allow it to go. If the providing is so central, why does it always point toward the work you enjoy and away from the work that frightens you? Why does I'm building something for them so reliably arrive at, and therefore I'm excused from the discomfort of actually being with them? Look at the shape of those reasons. However true each one is, they all run generally in the same direction. They all deposit you back in the arena of where you're safe. It's a justification that always lands you in the exact same comfortable spot, and that isn't a reason. It's a destination wearing a reason's clothes. And here's the mechanism. Finally, with nothing laid over the top of it, you retreat into your confidence because your confidence is the one place that you can't be humiliated. You stay where you're strong enough because strength makes an excellent hiding space. And you have called that hiding by every respectable name you could ever reach for. Provider, builder, the hard worker, the one who carries it. So that you would never once have to call it what it truly is. You are not too busy for the thing that matters. You are protecting yourself from finding out whether you'd be any good at it. So let's strip away every honorable name that you've ever given it. What is the one thing that you'd have to risk if you stopped hiding inside what you're already good at? You can see that mechanism now, can't you? Not just that you're choosing, because episode 9 handed that to you and you didn't have to get it back. But why? The engine running underneath that choice. You move toward what you can win and away from what you might lose. You feed the board that lights up and starve the one that stays dark. You pour into a role that you could lose and shield yourself from the role you never could. And every piece of it comes wrapped in language that you can stand behind in the public. That's the friction. Because once you've seen the mechanism, I'm just busy stops working as an answer, doesn't it? You're not just busy. You're choosing the arena where you're safe, deliberately, daily, and giving it a nobler name so you never have to feel the choice land. The man who could nearly handle any hard thing has located the single hard thing that he will not do. And he won't do it for one reason. It's the only arena where he might turn out not to be good enough. That isn't a scheduling problem. That's a thing that you've been guarding your entire adult life. I'm not going to tell you how to put your guard down. Not yet. For now, let's just stop calling it the calendar. The Band of Brothers is where men stop hiding inside what they're good at and get honest about what they've been stepping around. And if you're ready for that, you know what to do.
Thank you for listening to the Revolutionary Man podcast. Are you ready to own your destiny? To become more the man you are destined to be? Join the brotherhood that is The Awakened Man at theawakenedman.net and start forging a new destiny today.